and it's very silly. You want to really get every second you can grinding out of this. So make sure before you go to do your grind, you go back to town, you repair, you hand in, you empty your bags, and you buy pots if you need pots. Now luckily now most classes, due to the awakenings, don't need pots, or say at least from the new skill add-ons, you won't need pots. Now as you see from our group here, and this is a bit of interest, if you look at the bars over everyone's name, you'll see that where the Wi-Fi bars, everyone is in green. Now that means we're all in range of experience from each other, and that's really important. If you start going out of range, you're not going to get the full XP, which means it's a waste. So keep that in mind while you're leveling. Now a couple of other things that are really nice, and I went over this in the Good Guildy book. You really want to have your party elixirs. So I've got my party elixir here, for instance. Now we normally cycle who's doing it. So today it's not me, luckily. I did them yesterday. So I came with I think about 70 odd. Now I'm back down to 30, but one person tends to do the cycling. And if you're in a guild group, this is really good because you'll save so much money as well. Though you have to buy them and then obviously make them into the party elixirs. One person doing it is better than 5 people popping their own individual ones, and you'll save a lot of money. So just that tiny bit of organisation will really help you out. Now obviously you can be really lucky if a guild quest pops up in a certain area that makes it good to grind. At the moment a Fogan's came up and we already have someone there, so we're sticking with Desert Nagas because it was so close to night. So let's have a think. What have I said? You want to be in a 5-man group if possible. As you see in our group, there's very little time when we're not killing something. Now admittedly, at the moment I'm not taking huge packs. Now the reason why I'm not taking the huge packs are because we have a group which is doing that. We want to make sure we're optimizing the pools. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to take anyone who's out on the sides, which the main group might leave. That way we're really getting every mob around. Now obviously having pets is really important when you're grinding. If you've been lucky, and I have to admit I've been very lucky to have some pets with combat XP, that's another buff, so you can have them up. But you want to really make sure you have your pets up because they're going to be looting for you. And you don't want to be walking around after things looting because that's going to be a real pain. Now having your pets up to level 10 is great. You may have seen I've got one at level 1. That's because I just managed to get a tier 4 pet, so that's fantastic. But the higher tiers, higher level, it will give you a much better time and a lot less time messing around picking up loot. Now, there are a couple of other little tricks that you can do to help your leveling. I actually tend to carry around a secondary helm, as you see here, my gears, because it's got very low durability. Actually, I'll show you that again. And I've just put in the 3% XP gems. Now, I've only got 2. I did have a 10% one, but sadly that broke a long time ago. I believe actually I fell off a wall and I managed to not survive, and apparently falling off a wall killed my gem. But if you have the 10% one, whack that in as well. Now, it's always nice to have like a backup helm or something like that, which you can do. Trying to run 5 luck is also very important. As you may have seen, I'm not running 5 luck at the moment. That is just very silly on my part, but the reason why is because I have my other luck gem in my other helm, and I like having this sort of extra 6% from gems. So these are just some really easy things that you can do just to help it up. As you see, I have a normal helm here. If any PvP kicks off, I'll put that on. Sadly, all my gear at the moment is downgraded. I had some pretty bad luck trying to get some tets. So never mind, my weapon's back down to Pry, but hopefully at the end of today I'll put it back up to Try and I'll be happy again. And do Ted at a later time. So yeah, I think as far as it goes for leveling, making sure you're cycling your food buffs, making sure that your potions are rolling if you're in a group, trying not to get out of range, and killing every mob that you can see will really help you get the maximum experience. And again, if you think that you're in an area where you're not going to be getting too much hassle and you're not going to get pushed off, pop the 30-minute XP buff, you know, your daily combat allowance. Now, the other thing is, and this is worth saying, if you're at somewhere where, say for instance, you might get pulled off, then pop the hour one. So you see at the moment here, where we are, I've actually gone out of range of a couple of my members. That's because a couple of us have shot ahead. But the rest of the group will come because we do know it's important to stay in range. But yeah, if you're going to get pushed off, go to the 100% buff for an hour, just in case. But really, you should be saving it up for a time when you know you're not going to have any problems and you can go and farm through the night. Anyway, there you go, a really quick video, and I hope that you found these tips useful, and I hope that'll help you get that extra couple of percent, and hopefully I'll see you all at 59 or maybe even 60 one day soon. Anyway, take care, thanks for watching guys, bye.
Hello YouTube, My name is Hero, and today we're going to be discussing how to reach level 60 in Black Desert Online. This guide will be a follow-up guide to my previous guide, how to reach level 50, so I recommend watching that guide first. With that being said, let's begin the guide. The first thing I want to do is congratulate you for reaching level 50. Now that you're level 50, you are officially out of the tutorial stage of BDO, but you still have a long way to go. From now on, the game will be a bit more difficult, experience gain will start to get slower, mobs will start to hit harder, and players are free to attempt to kill you now if you're outside of safe zones. Welcome to Black Desert. There are a few options available to you on what to do next. All of these options can be classified under two categories, the tortoise way and the hare way. The tortoise way will be much slower but get you further ahead in the end, and the hare way will level you faster but still leave you a little behind in certain areas. In Black Desert, there are many things that progress your character. Passive silver via energy uses and contribution point allocation is vital to late game monetary sustainability, for example. You will also need skill points, which you will gain a lot more if you go the tortoise way. However, in my opinion, it should be your goal to reach level 56 as fast as humanly possible, as that is when you unlock your awakening. So for this guide, we're going to stick with the hare way of doing things. I'm sure that's what most of you want, but if you're interested in taking things slowly, I recommend you do. Like I said, it'll get you further ahead in the long run. You can search for YouTube and the rest of the internet for guides on building passive income, gaining skill points, and increasing the worth of your character's longevity in general. Alright, so let's begin with the hare way. The moment you hit level 50, your next goal should be level 56. You have many options to get to level 56, but I'm going to focus on the best 3 overall choices. The first choice is to stay at Catfish a little longer. These guys still provide a decent experience even at level 50. They also provide good silver and blackstone drops. I'd say stay here until about level 52. The second choice is to leave Catfish right away and head to better grind spots, but this all depends on your current AP. AP will be a factor from now on where you go. At level 50, if you manage to get 80 AP or below, I recommend you go to Calpheon Shrine, which is located here. This will give you a good amount of EXP until around level 53 at a higher rate than Catfish. If you are above 80 AP, then you are ready to enter the next region known as Media. Media monsters are a bit stronger than you're used to, so be prepared for that. Once in Media, there are 2 spots I would recommend. One is Mains, located here. And the other is Helms, located here. Both provide great money and also great EXP. You want to stay at these places until level 53 to 54. Once you're level 53 or 54, you are ready to go to either of the next 2 places. Elric Shrine if you want to go alone, and Sauce and Garrison if you can find a group. Sauce and Garrison is the best experience gain you can get in Media, and you will come here eventually no matter what. This place can last you a very long time. Some even stay here until level 60 and beyond due to reasons I will explain later. For now, let's just focus on hitting level 56 for your awakening. Before grinding at Sosin, you must invest contribution points in a storage chest. You can get this for 10 contribution points at any major town's warehouse manager. This storage chest allows you to access the nearest town storage, which you will need because the loots you get from Sauce and Garrison will weigh you down quite a bit. You will also need a residence in order to place the storage chest, so you're going to get one in Kusha, which is right next to Sosa. You also want to take your horse and leave it here. Whenever your horse gets full on storage, bring it back to Kusha and store your items in the storage chest, then continue grinding. Your third choice for leveling after you hit level 50 is to join a guild. Now I know many of you may be wondering how joining a guild helps you level. Well, on paper it doesn't, but there are plenty of guilds with members who are willing to power level new recruits, and if you just be patient, you can easily find guild recruitment messages looking for pretty much anyone to join. When you ask the recruiter for more information, just ask if they are willing to help new players with leveling. Most likely they will say yes, and once you join their guild, you can try to find a group of players to go with you to Saucin at 50. If you find a group to take you, When you get there, I recommend you focus on looting rather than killing mobs, as your damage will not be much help to the group at this point. Don't worry, many people enjoy when people loot for them as Sausons because there's just so much loot and the pets can't pick it all up. The money you collect here will be much more beneficial to you, and you can use it to buy gear from the auction house to help you level faster. This strategy will level you extremely fast compared to other strategies, but be warned, you will lack skill points. Pro tip: once you hit level 55, you unlock a quest called Combat Advancement. You can find it in this guy here at Summer Outpost. This quest will give you 40% of level 55 when you turn it in, and you'll get a ton of experience just for doing it. It is a long quest chain, but it's worth your time in my opinion. Check it out if grinding is getting a little too slow. Alright, so you reached level 56 and unlocked your awakening. Congratulations, you have officially reached the soft cap for BDO. Your journey will be much tougher now, and once again you have options. You can either stay at Saucon and start killing more efficiently, or you can head to Pirate Island, which gives much more EXP than Saucon but at a huge cost. For starters, let's say you decide to stay at Saucon. There are 4 rotations I would like to show you that I find the best. Main rotation,